Part 1. White Clouds. Wyvern Moon. Field of the Eagle and Lion. From on high, flocks of wyverns roar in chorus and soar the pristine skies, heading south for the winter. Fodlan's children lend their hands to winter preparations by gathering firewood and catching fish from the river's cool waters. Yet all the while, their gazes are turned skyward, drawn to the magnificent sight above.
It's finally time. The Battle of the Eagle and Lion at Gronder Field is this month. Don't tell me you forgot, Teach. You're kidding. Didn't Rhea or Sedith fill you in? Guess I have to do everything myself around here. The Battle of the Eagle and Lion is one of the Academy's annual traditions. It's a huge mock battle between the three rival houses.
But you know all about rivalry battles, Professor. There was one right after you got here, remember? I hear the Battle of the Eagle and Lion will be held in Gronder Field, far away from Garreg Mach.
The house that defeats the most opponents wins. It's a three-way battle that relies heavily on strategy. Sounds exciting, doesn't it?
Hey, Claude, what about Professor Manuela? Do you think she'll be able to join us despite her injuries?
I'm afraid she's sitting this one out, as is Professor Hanneman.
As my persistent rival will not be present, it only goes to follow that I must also sit out this year's battle. Now leave me be, Claude.
Oh, don't worry about us. You know you want to see the kids in action.
If it isn't our own Professor Manuela, all things considered, you're looking well.
Thanks to all of you. But I'd only be a burden out there. My students don't need to see me collapsed. Well, not on the battlefield anyway.
Does that mean you really won't be joining us for the battle?
Correct. We will not be participating. Regardless, do not expect victory to come easily, or at all.
Well put. We've spent the past few months pushing our students to their limits. You can see me in the infirmary after they destroy you.
We have taught our students well. There is no need to hold back.
Lysithea.
Nope.
While I admire your dedication,
I am perfectly capable.
come now, take just a brief rest.
Ooh, that actually...
Well, what do you think? These are made as...
Oh, jeez.
Have as much as you'd like. I'd like to know more about you, Lysithea.
Come on.
Openness is a prerequisite to...
Can you stop with the kid treatment? I mean...
But there's nothing the matter with being young. There is a role...
Are you even listening?
I absolutely recognize your raw... I hope we can find a way for you to...
You really are relentless.
You're headstrong, just like me.
Aye, sir. Sure, for me. Thanks for the...
Lysithea?
Ah, found you. Hilda? What's that box you're holding? Your big sister. I, don't recall ever asking you to. That's right. I knew exactly what you needed. With makeup, you can't just pick your favorite colors. If you'll be up close and personal, if you're going to a ball, for example, on the other hand, if you're going to be on stage, the colors should be overt. I've never used makeup before. It sounds complicated. Let's put up your hair to show off your neck. But why would I want to appear vulnerable? This is for wooing, not warring. You're treating... Now, when you're standing, put your non-dominant foot a step back. When sitting, don't lean back, but don't slouch either. Gracefully extend... Hilda, that's enough. I knew you had a couple of years to develop your... I'm not sure I'm cut out for this type of thing. Oh, believe me, you... No thanks. I haven't the time, or even with my best efforts. Still, this... She really is brimming with untapped potential. When she smiles like that, wow. Even my heart skips a beat. I guess Sylvain must still have it. Wait, this is mine! A letter? Dear author, I read your manual. However, I also write today to... I laughed and cried as the heroine over her literary style presents a unique perspective. Wow. The girl's failures are as compelling as her triumphs. Since I believe your tale would not have been so convincing were... what? Who would read my story so carefully? Whoever it is, they must be one. I do hope my looking forward to the next chapter. What?
Hey, you Bernadetta. I'm sorry, but I fell head over heels for you. So, what do you say?
Oh, I see your plan.
This monastery is more dangerous than I expected. It's likely that our foes have infiltrated the ranks of the teachers. And there may be others of questionable character about as well. If you ask me, there is something amiss about that old man, Tomas.
Well, I had fun today.
Of course.
Well, until we meet again. Oh, hello, Professor. Were you watching that? You look like you have something to say, Professor. Look, I know what I'm doing. My claim as a diva won't last forever, after all. I must look to the future. You might think about doing the same thing. Your beauty, and you're gorgeous, won't last forever. You? Really? I never would have guessed. Anyway, I'm not just playing games with these boys. I very much want to find a good partner here at the Academy. Someone who will take care of me for the rest of my life. Finding someone to take care of me? Who could ask for anything more? Anyway, I value your opinion, Professor. Unless you'd like to take care of me into my old age. I wasn't... You aren't being serious. Or did you really just consider spending your whole life with me? The thought hadn't crossed my mind before, but... You've gotten awfully quiet. You might even be blushing a bit. Have I embarrassed you? If so, I'm very, very sorry. I should be going anyway. I'll see you later, Professor.
Great weather today! Perfect for shutting yourself inside, don't you think? I'm glad you get it. With great weather like this, there'll be no one inside to bother us. I love feeling like I'm all alone in the world. Oh, that. Well, I guess I can tell you, Professor. My father's obsessed with money. He's only ever seen me as bait for a rich husband. To train me to be a good, submissive wife, he'd do things like tie me to a chair and leave me there all day, challenging me to stay quiet. I tried hard to do as he asked. Honestly, I did. But before I knew it, I just couldn't bring myself to leave my room anymore. I just had this overwhelming feeling of fear all the time. No matter how hard I tried, my father never thought I was good enough. After that, it was just constant scolding. He couldn't say 2 words to me without mentioning how useless I was. An unmarriageable girl. My life was isolated, to say the least. I wasn't allowed to play with other kids, let alone make friends. Soon, I stopped wanting that. I was happiest alone, but even that made him mad. And when he tried to drag me outside, I kicked and screamed so much, I seriously hurt myself. He's calmed down a bit in recent years. His constant torment was replaced with complete indifference. He mostly acts like I don't exist now. If you can believe it, I was basically kidnapped. My mother ordered an attendant to stuff me in a bag while I was sleeping. By the time I figured out what was going on, I was already here. For a while, I was sure I was going to die. But here I am. Look at me, Still breathing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get you down talking like that about my past. Just forget everything I told you. There's no point in talking about myself anyway. Idiot! Oh, this is my... What? No, it's not... Oh, Professor! How can you be so kind to me? I don't deserve it. I'm sorry. Please don't look at me.
Ah! Bernadetta, please, calm down.
Calm down? Sure. Why? I just love it when huge, scary men lurk behind. You just want to make...
Please, listen. I only came to hear you play. That's it. Promise. I'm not gonna make you perform in front of everyone else.
Just you?
Really? I kept trying to ask, but you always ran away.
That doesn't mean you can just watch me creepily from...
You're right, I'm sorry. I just didn't know how else to get your attention. But it looks like I ended up scaring you, and I really just wish I could have heard.
Raphael?
Hey, Professor. You're looking lovely as ever. Are you working today? You gotta take a day sometime. Get out in the world and have some fun. Right? Sometimes you gotta forget all the things you ought to do and focus on what you'd rather do. Hey, we should go get something to eat. My treat. What? I can't invite my professor to dinner without it being a scam? Okay, fine. You got me. I need to ask a favor, and I wanted a way to work up the courage to ask you. There are thieves in my family's territory. I was wondering if you'd go with me to drive them off. You remember the thief leader you fought at Conan Tower, yeah? Yes, Miquelon. He was the oldest son of House Gautier. What's left of his band of thieves is causing trouble in Gautier territory. My father has asked me to come home and put down those murderous jerks. But he's asked for me to come alone. No knights, no backup of any sort. That's crazy, right? And the way my father is, he probably has some other motive that I'll never know. Maybe he just wants me to get some more experience in battle. A crazy way to suggest it, though. Anyway, I'm not going alone, no matter what he asks. I'm going to ask some of the others in our class to help too. But none of us have your experience. If you'd come with us, I'd be grateful. Great. I'll talk to the others and see who's in. Thanks, Professor. Okay, we've got the thieves covered on both sides. Some of the thieves are still carrying what they stole, so we have a chance to get it back. Gotta be careful though. They'll run off faster than a nobleman's daughter if we just rush in. Target the strongholds to cut off their escape routes.
I stand ready.
My father is offering a reward for every thief and rogue we take out. The more you beat, the more you get. Just remember, you gotta take them down fast. They'll bolt as soon as they're hurt. Take the strongholds and we cut off their escape route.
I got this.
Ready and willing.
I'm not sticking around here to get slaughtered by a bunch of stuck-up jerks like you.
Okay, that'll do it. This exit route is blocked off. Very good. Now let's keep cool and take out the other strongholds. Ready anytime.
Who, me?
Ready anytime.
I can't...
Who, me? Let us away.
Leave it to me. Who, me? Stay focused.
Watch and learn.
I'm on it.
Let's get to it. Nice try.
I will need all my strength.
Oh, lovely.
I have to...
I got this.
Ready and willing.
I stand ready.
Hey, I know that face. You're the boss's little bro, right?
I'm sorry to say it, but yeah, I'm his brother. And he's led you into a bad spot. Anyway, your boss is dead. So this is your chance to disband this little thief gang of yours.
Quiet, fool. You think I have any other choice but to be a thief?
Well, it's probably on me for making such a stupid request. So obvious.
Let us away. Oh, I get it now.
This is what... won't work. That's one more stronghold taken, and one more escape route blocked. There are still some strongholds left. Professor, which should we go for first? Another escape route blocked. We're nearly done. Take out those thieves and capture that last stronghold.
Is this power really mine?
It's all be... So obvious.
Can't get comfortable.
That's the last of them. Great work, everyone. Thieves everywhere. I can't believe this is what the world is coming to. At least we've restored the peace here, even if it's only for a little while. Professor, thank you for your help. We drove off the thieves and got a reward from my father. Job well done, eh? Although, I don't know how to feel about this particular reward. I guess that's why my father tasked me with this mission. He wanted me to prove myself worthy of this relic. This weapon, the Lance of Ruin, it killed my brother. And now it's mine. Not remotely. I bear the crest of Gautier. The same crest my brother wished for his whole life, but never came to possess. I suppose I am. Miquelon hated me from the moment he found out I had a crest and he didn't. He was selfish and egotistical. I know it's not right to say bad things about the dead, but he earned it. Even now, I'm still cleaning up his messes. I have to wonder though, what if it was the other way around? If he had the crest, and I didn't, would I be the one my father thought was worth forgetting? Or would my fate have been wholly unlike his? You're probably right, Professor. It's not like me, is it? I don't pray much, but I think I'm going to pray for those who lost their lives to the thieves tonight, and for all of us. I'm afraid there are more days like these coming our way. Fargus has always been a cold place, never very well-to-do. Until about 10 years ago, our region was a battlefield for the people of the Sreng region to the north. And after the late king fell, the whole kingdom became unstable. So, it's no real surprise that more and more people are resorting to thievery, just to survive. And there are those rumors of the current regent being too busy chasing the ladies to bother with governing. Don't worry, I get the irony. The whole damn kingdom is in decline because of nonsense like that. I'm hoping once we get Dimitri on the throne, everything will get better. Anyway, I'll leave it up to you to decide how you want to use our reward, including the Lance of Ruin. I know I can trust you with it until you think I'm ready. And Professor, if I could, I'd still like to buy you a meal sometime. Or do you really just hate the idea of having dinner with me? Just kidding. I know you're busy. Again though, thank you for everything, Professor. I couldn't have done it alone.
Ah, perfection. Oh, these tea leaves are just divine. Quite the impressive selection, if I do say so myself.
Lawrence, so this is where you are.
Hello, Cyril. Lured here.
No? Alright, well, don't say I didn't deliver it.
A letter for me, is it? Curious. Let's see what we have here. Hello, Professor. It is a rare correspondence from my father, as it happens. Some difficulty with Acheron, apparently. My father wishes me to return home and settle it. A young lord whose domain borders my father's. Do you know of the Great Bridge of Myrden? It is an old bridge across the Aramid River, a key crossing between Alliance and Empire territory. Acheron controls the land on the northern side. Controlling such an essential location gives him quite a bit of clout, which he is ever so eager to deploy toward the purpose of stirring up trouble. This time, he is dredging up an old border dispute that was supposed to be settled some time ago. He has even begun to dispatch military force. It is best we rout his troops before they cause any damage to the surrounding villages. To my father, Acheron is insignificant in the face of far more pressing political matters. Other houses wield far greater power and influence. Goneril, Ordelia, Edmund, and of course Regan. To make his voice heard at the Round Table conferences, my father must keep up relations with them. That is simply the way the Leicester Alliance works. It was, after all, founded with the goal of freedom from Fargus. We prize that independence highly, even if it occasionally hinders cooperation. There is often talk of mutual aid, but the truth is that each noble acts to maximize personal benefit. At the moment, the Regan dukedom is in no state to keep those conflicting motivations in check. So while the Alliance may appear to be at peace, the reality is that internal conflict is a routine matter. Of course, this leaves me precious little time to sit back and enjoy a cup of tea. Alas, I must be off. Since you're here, perhaps you would care to accompany me on this little errand? I have no fear of Acheron, but it could be valuable for you to experience these political nuances firsthand. The fate of the Alliance will someday rest upon my shoulders. What say you to broadening your... Excellent. Let us be away at once. I shall leave the finer details of preparation in your capable hands. more enemies than I expected.
Oh? And here I thought Count Gloucester would be too busy to send his soldiers here. Ah, well, it doesn't matter. I'll just have to deal with you little meddlers swiftly and decisively.
That is Acheron. If we can deal with him, that ought to scare the rest of these rats off. We need not actually kill him. So long as we cut his escape off convincingly enough, that should suffice. Incidentally, take note of those drawbridges. They can only be operated from one of the banks. We may be able to use that to our advantage. I stand ready.
I'm on it.
Stay focused.
I'm a bit uneasy.
Leave it to me.
It's hard to be...
Who, me? Let's get to it. Who, me?
Ready and willing.
I got this.
Ooh, have you found something nice? Go ahead and hand it over.
Thieves! Do not allow them to escape.
Ready anytime.
This is bad.
Easy.
Got it.
Predictable.
The enemy is on the move. Do not let them through.
They say
I've reached the... So obvious.
I like how this feels.
Who are you? I'd appreciate it if you could just not get in my way.
Predictable.
it's over.
Another step forward.
Wait! I lose! I give up! I surrender! Please don't kill me!
You have my thanks, Professor. Please go on ahead. I will clean up here and then report to my father. See you back at the monastery. Your assistance in this incident with Acheron has proved most essential. Consider me in your debt. Thanks to you, the Alliance was able to nip this internal conflict in the bud. He has written a pledge to my father, swearing never to cause trouble about the border again. Of course, he is hardly the type to bind himself in good faith to anything written on paper. But Acheron has many connections, both in the Alliance and in the Empire. To remove him entirely would cause more conflict. We will just have to watch him closely for now. Indeed, I do plan to eliminate him eventually, however. He is nothing but trouble. Incidentally, there was one other benefit to embarking upon this errand. Have a look at this. The magic staff Thyrsus, a relic passed down through House Gloucester for generations. It seems my father has finally recognized my ability. Apparently, he had been considering entrusting this relic to me for some time. He has had precious few opportunities to take to the field of battle personally of late. Doubtless, by giving this to me, he intends to send the message that I must work even harder. I will certainly continue to do my utmost, but I am by no means completely subservient to his will. I would not go so far as that, but my father seldom thinks beyond the immediate benefit of our house. While that is important, I prefer to consider the greater good when I make decisions. I believe that is a noble's duty. Now, for the time being, may I trust you to decide how we may best make use of Thyrsus? For the moment, I think you are in the best position to apply it to the betterment of all Fodlan. To be quite honest, I am not certain I feel ready to decide the fate of a relic on my own just yet. Do me this favor, Professor, and I will be grateful. Now, to celebrate, allow me to treat you to tea.